Oh, come on. What a dick. How's it going? 1 sec. I'm just gonna turn off the light. How's it going, guys? Welcome to I Die Off the Start. Good, vote him. Total Red's an asshole. Killed me for like no reason. Not even 10 seconds into the game. I had enough time to walk to electrical and die. You're all stupid if you vote me. Shut up. You idiot. Should I get 9,600? Sorry, 6,900 numbers are hard. Or 3,800. I don't think you should get either. Just patiently wait for that new line of graphics cards to come out. Like the 3080 should be getting replaced by 3080 Ti before you know it. They already pretty much killed off the hold on, I'll just turn this down a bit. They already are pretty much killed off the 3070. One of my favorite numbers. The 3060 Ti is supposed to come out with more VRAM than the current 3070. So I have a funny feeling that they're going to come out with a 3070 Ti and a 3080 Ti shortly after they release the 3060 Ti. So I would just hold off and just see what your options are. AMD normally doesn't really come out with another graphics card after that, so if you buy that graphics card, like, pretty much just stuck with it. Oh, who are they gonna vote? Oh, make himself look sussed. Having not a lot of friends. I'm kidding. I don't really remember. I was really into video gaming, and I played Xbox Original when it first came out, and I played, the first game that I ever played on Xbox Live would have been Unreal Tournaments, or was it Championships? It's one or the other. And I played that with my cousin insanely. And then when it was time for me to go to college, I ended up getting a deal on a laptop with a decent graphics card in it. It was way back when when AMD was still crappy, but it was an AMD laptop, and it was strong enough to run Gary's mod, Left 4 Dead 2. And God, I can't remember the medieval times game. Cavalry? Chivalry, that's it. And I started playing that insanely, and then that got me into PC gaming over playing on just a standard Xbox. But I did buy an Xbox One after, and then yeah, I don't think I'm gonna get another console. Unless there's like a sports game I really want to play. Like NHL doesn't exist on PC for whatever reason. But yeah, pretty much that's how I got into computers. Picking up the stuff, though, I just found it interesting, and everyone left me. Yeah. I wish there was more of an elaborate story, but there's not. Alright, let's see which one of these guys is going to be the first one to kill me. I'm gonna kill red. If I'm hit, payback. When do you think the 3060 Ti's are coming out? They are aiming for just after Christmas. At the last I heard. I can look it up right now, though. 3060 Ti. Release date. And I misspelled all that. Oh, wow, they're saying November 17th. The last I read it was, Christmas. Oh, okay, sweet. Where's red? So yeah, you might be able to actually get one for Christmas if they have any in stock, because I cannot get my hands on a Ryzen processor, and they bragged about how they were going to have more than enough processors for everybody. So these guys are good. Oh, red's going to be about himself eventually. I will kill red. Don't you worry. Don't. Where'd he go? Speaking of which, like, where the heck is everybody? Well, that was easy. Didn't do a thing. I didn't kill anybody. Yeah, so anyone planning to get any new computer parts? Planning to build a PC, buy a pre-built, get a new console? Why would he leave? He won. Oh, great. Off to electrical to get murdered. Hold on, I will read that. Have you played Cold War? No, I have not. I'm building a PC. I have all the components, except for a graphics card. My dad has an NVIDIA 600 we put in it. No signal. Huh. The quickest way to tell if you're actually getting power. Cool. The quickest way to tell if you're actually getting power to that component is to test it with a voltmeter. I know most people don't have them laying around, but yeah. I would test the voltmeter in the into the PCIe plugs of the power supply, and then see if you're getting anything from there. If you are, then I would test the voltmeter against the lines of the graphics card that pull the power to it, and then see if you're still getting a signal. Do you think I should get an i7 10700K and a 2070 Super? That would be a really good PC if you did get that, but I bet you it would probably be a lot of money. Yeah, I wish I could have a better answer for you, but there's no easy way to test computer components. I wish that they all had like a red light or something that said when that's the problem, but a lot just don't. Yeah. I can't think of anything else that you could do to test it. So if it's plugged in, the power supply's going to it, the fans are starting up, you try to plug in an HDMI cable or whatever cable it takes into the actual graphics card and you're still not getting a signal, then yeah, usually that means it's pooched. Wow, we've been sucking. You can actually get your hands on a 3070. It's funny, the place that I buy all my computer parts off of keep advertising things that they don't even have in stock. Like, I don't even think my hometown has had a 5600X processor in its stores. And it constantly advertises it to me. It's like, you'll be interested in our deal to save on a motherboard. It's like, buy one of these processors we never have in stock. It's been out for like 2 weeks, and I can't even get my hands on one. Every time one comes up for sale, it's like an hour-and-a-half drive away. Or I think the closest has been 54 kilometers, and I'm not down to drive that far when I'm already overpaying for a processor. Why did I spawn over here? It's like, okay, everyone spawned at the lunch table. Blue over in the corner. Huh. Guess I'm going to die in here. Stock seems to be the problem. It's all these good computer parts, but no stock for anybody. And it's just irritating when AMD's like made fun of NVIDIA for running out of stock so fast, and then they're like, yeah, we're gonna have enough processors for everybody, lol. JK. No, we don't. It's weird, because when the last generation of Ryzen came out, the 3000 series, I don't remember there being so many scalpers. Like, I was able to get a new processor the week it came out without even, like, going out of my way. And then same when the 2070 Super came out, there was nobody, like, bombarding it, and I got it shortly after its release date. Alright, let's catch up on this. I'm about to pull the plug and get a graphics card, 1660 Super. Or should I wait for the 3060? Wait. If you can wait, buy a used graphics card like a crappy 1050 or 1050 Ti, and seriously wait for that 3060 Ti. I have a feeling it's going to perform higher than the 2070 Super and cost like $300. So I would definitely wait. You might have to wait a while for them to become available for everybody, but I think it would be well worth it. Can you move? Well, it says shh, or tells you the crew is imposter. No, you can't. You can't. I mean, there's a glitch where some people can move. Like, if you watch over here in the corners, you can sometimes see people walking around. But that's somebody cheating. 1660 Super, Ryzen 5, 2600. That's not bad. That's a pretty good combo. I don't know if I would go out of my way to buy that new in a PC, but if that's what you currently have or buying used, that's a pretty good combination. Oh, I guess everyone's waiting on me. I'm not dead. Whoops. I thought I was dead. I wasn't paying attention. Now just pretend like I wasn't here. Security, reactor, and electric. Electric is gonna be a nightmare. Tally ho. Time to go die. Yep. I knew it. People are selling RTX 3080 Supers on eBay for almost 2,000. Yep, that sounds like a really bad deal. I feel bad mostly for the people that sold their, like their decent 1080 Ti's and their 2070 Supers and their 2080 Supers and their 2080s and 2080 Ti's that thought they were gonna get a really good deal on that 3070 base model and not lose out on any money, and then they didn't get nothing. They probably weren't even be able to get it. I remember one guy was selling a 2070 Super in my area for $500 Canadian, so I guess that would be about $400 American, 380 give or take. And I bet you he never even got one. So I was debating on buying it. Then why show me games that are full? Gosh darn it. Okay. Come on. Come on. Oh, it's like, no, you don't get to play. Finally. Great. Do. Oh. Vote for myself. Okay, let me catch up on this. Well, 16 gigabyte makes a noticeable difference in performance. I already have 8. Yes, it makes a huge difference. Keep getting stuttering and crashing. Do you have overclocking on your CPU? Oh, they voted me out. What a bunch of idiots. Yeah. 8 gigabyte late. It's just like 2,444. That's not the best speeds. What motherboard is it? Oh, are they gonna vote lime now? Fuck me. Okay, so it's black and lime, I'm guessing. Okay, so it can't overclock. The i5 4000, or sorry, 9400F with the RX 4070 is good. It's pretty good. It's not bad. There's nothing wrong with an RX 470. What is that comparable to? Let's take a quick gander. RX 470 versus 1650. Let's just see what she gets. So yeah, the it's just about as good as the 1650. So yeah, it's not bad at all. It can play most games at 60 frames by the looks of it. It says Fortnite scores 84 FPS and Minecraft scores 109 FPS. CSGO scores 140 FPS. So yeah, it's actually quite decent. You probably get about 50 to 60 on more high demanding games. But yeah, it's not bad. Yeah, you're not overclocking or doing anything with an A320M. Yeah, I think you can enable XMP if I'm not mistaken, even with those motherboards. So I would definitely check on your BIOS to make sure XMP is enabled. It's sort of like a mild overclock to RAM. Just helps them for information process better. Okay. I am so bad at this. Oh, screw you. I feel like my RAM is the culprit. This is my whole PC down. You can overclock your RAM with that motherboard? So yeah, definitely 16 gigabytes of RAM would definitely help using dual channels. So Intel uses a different technology to load information. Ryzen piggybacks off the RAM speed. So when you're processing information, the RAM speed plays a huge part in with Ryzen. But since you can't really go too high, I'm guessing it probably will have a cap at 3,000. Your best bet is probably just go with 16. Try to buy a match to whatever you have to make it cheaper. I think we lost. I'm pretty sure it's black. Yeah, duh. Idiots. Yeah, knew it. Called it. Not mixed RAM, so you don't want to have two different kinds of sticks. Like you don't want an XMP and like a ballistic. There's a high chance they won't work together. Anything from timing being different for just straight up it just not working. Like if I slap into my motherboard now, finally, one of my ballistic RAMs with my other ballistic RAM, it won't work. You don't want to ever mess around with different brands, at least under my experience. You can, though, have, let's say, an XMP 2400 mixed with a 3000 will automatically clock itself down to 2400 until you pull it up to 2666, which is as high as it will go. But you can do that. But as soon as you start mismatching, it doesn't seem to work. I'm sure you can probably mess around with the timings, but better safe than sorry. It's just easier to buy a match to what you have, and if you can't get a match, buy a cheap 2x8 pack. XMP is on sale right now for like, I think it's $66. What does this guy say? I bought an RTX with a Ryzen 5 Asus 450 motherboard, RAM 16, RTX 3070. What was the question? That's just a statement. Yes. It's good. Yeah, Amazon is the best place for buying parts. You want to know why? Because you can send things back. You have 30 days to send anything back. I've never tried with a CPU, but if you buy a GPU and it's not performing the exact way you want it to, there's free 30-day shipping, and you can send it back, and then within the week, your money will be back on your credit card, and you can buy something else. I very much like buying from Amazon. That's usually where I buy all my stuff. If you try to replace things at an actual computer store, people are pretty hard on letting you send things back. So, is Steel about to slaughter me? Yeah, he definitely was. Get away from me. I don't trust you. Okay, blue was in there for no reason. Where's Teal at? Hold on, I will read that in 1 second. Okay, Teal ain't there. Okay, so I think it's purple and teal. Oh, I saw that purple. Sneaky goose. Oh, this is one of you. Then you'll read the name. Alright, let me catch up on this. Alrighty. So, my motherboard will only allow 3200 is overclocked. Is that okay? Yeah, 3200 is a great speed. That's probably the best bang for your buck sort of area. It used to be 3000, but now 3200 is more affordable. Would you recommend an i3 iBuy Power PC for $600 for my first PC? What's the graphics card with that i3? i3 is not terrible, but you can currently get an i5 10400F for $580 from Best Buy. You made a video yesterday about it. Yeah, like he's saying. Don't buy pre-build at all. Some people just can't build. The i5 9000 says their memory speed is 2666, but is it going to affect something if I have 2133? Yeah, if your RAM is only set to 2133, your processor isn't going to be running at its full performance. When they do those specs and the analysis of how good it's going to go, they always use the fastest speed based on a generic motherboard, and 2666 is what the generic number is for an i5 9400, so yeah, you are going to be losing some FPS. Is AMD better than Intel in every single way? No. AMD is better for its price point to performance, but Intel still beats AMD, well, based on last generation. FPS on Intel is usually higher than AMD's by quite a large margin, but you have to pay for it. Well, Intel can only game and can't really do too much else. Like, I mean, Intel's can stream, but not as well. Intel's can't really render videos very fast unless you get an i7 or an i9, but yeah. It's more beneficial just go with a Ryzen 5. Like, that's the best bang for your buck CPU. It's not too overly expensive. And time to mess up the game. It's red. Alright. My FPS RX. It depends on what games. If you're upgrading for Fortnite, then processor's more important than graphics card. A really good processor with a kind of crappy graphics card can still get 240 FPS. A crappy processor with a really good graphics card gets major stuttering. Would an i3 be okay for Among Us, Fortnite, Minecraft? Yes, the i3 is more than enough for all those. Do you think building a PC would be a manageable task for someone with below average intelligence? Well, I'm considering how you spelled that, I'm guessing you're not below average intelligence, but no, I think throwing a computer together is basically a very simple puzzle. It's not very complex whatsoever. Motherboard goes where you imagine it against the PC case, and everything has holes pretty much lined up to where everything needs to go. So it's not very tricky. So, yeah. I'm still... Okay, hold on. Well, do you think an i3 9100F and a 1650 Super can handle entry-level gaming? Yes, 100% can handle entry-level gaming. I used that combination for a short amount of time. And the i3 and the 1650 Super got more than 60 FPS on high settings at almost every game I threw at it, including GTA. I think the most demanding game I was running was Rust, and it ran actually pretty smooth. I had no complaints. Alrighty, see you later. How much FPS would I get on an i3 on Fortnite? Well, it depends on what graphics card you're pairing it with. If you're pairing it with like a 1650, like a generic GPU, you can definitely get 144 FPS on 1920 by 1080 on low settings. But if you pair it with something better, I think the highest you could possibly go is probably a 1660 Super. I wouldn't go any higher than that. Even the 1650 Super would probably get around the same FPS on Fortnite, so yeah, and that would get closer to the 200 mark, maybe 165 area. Alright, my parents upped my budget because I won't get a PC until we've moved, so any suggestion on a PC that costs around 700? It's green. Okay, it's me. Nice. That was easy. One sec. That cost about 700. It's hard. That's a hard decision. If it was 750, then I would say that Ryzen 5 3600 with the RX 5600 XT, even though it has some problems with graphics drives, I think if you get a working one, the benefit of that would be good. Or actually, I haven't looked at Amazon. Does Amazon have any deals on gaming PCs? Because that i5 from CyberPower, no, it's still 700. Because there's the CyberPower Gamer Extreme VR PC Intel i5 10400 and the GTX 1660 Super 8GB RAM and a 500GB SSD would be a pretty solid deal if that would just move in price. If that was 750, I would say that's the #1 PC to get. Decent processor and decent graphics card and a 500GB M2 SSD. I would just buy more RAM for it and a 1TB hard drive, and you won't have to worry about upgrades for a little while. Hold on, I'll catch up on the reading. Do you think between an i5 9400 and an i5 9600, is there a big difference? If you're talking about an i5 9600K, yeah, definitely. If you have an overclockable motherboard, the 9600K can hold toe-to-toe with the 9th gen i7 in gaming. So yeah, I had the 9400F that I threw in my dad's computer, and yeah, there's a pretty big difference between my 9600K and his. An i3 and a GTX 1650 FPS on Fortnite. The i3 and the 1650 would get about 144 FPS. I'd probably do 750. Then, yeah, I would definitely take a gander at that CyberPower one. See if it goes on sale. Because that one won't give you too many problems or grief. I say that, but my last CyberPower had broken files on Windows, which sucked, but it was what it was. I have an i3 7100. I used to have one of those with an RX 470 right now, and I can't play Fortnite Battle Royale because it's too laggy. How much RAM do you have with your system? Like, your i3 should be enough to run Fortnite. It's not like it's a dead CPU. Hey there, is there a way I could overclock an i5 9400F? No. Intel blocked all overclocking for base model CPUs when Gen 4 came out. I think it was Generation 4. Don't know why they did it. You need to now have a K series Intel. So Intel i5 9600K, 9700K, 10400. Or sorry, that I don't even think they have a K on that. 10600K. Just has to have a K. K means unlocked. Doesn't make any sense. Yeah. The most you can do for your CPU if you have a Z motherboard is overclock your RAM to increase its performance by like 0.5%. Other than that, there's really not much you can do for it. Do you think it's normal that I can't even load into Fortnite games without the lowest graphics with Ryzen 3? Yeah, that is weird. Something's definitely going on with your PC. You should definitely be able to load into Fortnite without lagging. No! You fuck. Oh, it's a purple and red, eh? I swear, I can't even load into creative games without the lowest graphics, which is the lightest game mode. Yeah, I would definitely. Have you ever tried doing your user benchmark test on your computer? I would suggest you doing a user benchmark PC test. It's free, and it might not be perfect, but it will at least tell you what computer parts are performing under performance, and it might suggest that you need to enable XMP or update your graphics drives. But at least that way you can get an idea. Or maybe it's Fortnite that files are corrupt. You could always try repairing those and setting your RX 470 to performance mode in relive settings. Yeah, those are my suggestions. They're both kind of like the fast food of pre-built. Like, they're not as bad as like a random store, but they're like the McDonald's and Wendy's of PC gaming. They both, you know what you're expecting. They're not going to be perfect. CyberPower's problem is they use really bad power supplies, and iBuyPower uses pretty shitty motherboards. So, you pick your poison. At least if your power supply isn't doing well, most of the time, actually all of the time, it should just turn off your computer and you'd be like, oh shucks, my computer's acting up. And then if you have a bad motherboard, there's a potential cause of fire. So, I guess there's the same thing on a power supply as well. But yeah, having a messed up motherboard would definitely suck a lot more than having a messed up power supply. Just replacing a power supply is like a very easy thing for almost anybody to do, as I'm counting numbers and taking my time doing it. I'm super smart. No. Do you want to see? Okay, hold on. I'll show you. So the place that they don't sell the new processor on Amazon yet, well, at least not Amazon Canada, but here is the processor. This is the place where I have to buy it from, and it's always out of stock. It hasn't been in stock in my area once, and when it is in stock, it's like a 2-hour drive away. I hate it. I hate this. And Verizon promised that they'd have enough stock for everybody, and they don't, because I have the money and I'm willing to pay extra, and nobody has it. I'm not willing to pay a scalper. If the store brings up the price like they did, because it was $400, now it's $419, that's okay. I'm willing to pay that price. It's supply and demand. I'm not willing to pay a scalper $500 for a processor I know he only paid $450 for. Not giving that idiot any of my money. Oh, I bought this and decided I didn't want it. Yep, bullshit, you liar. No, there's none of those around here. There's Canada Computers, Mike's Computers, Best Buy. Those are like your only options. And Canada Computers is like the closest that we have of that. Canada Computers is like strictly only computer things and TVs. And for some reason, hair straighteners. Not really sure why they have that. They're like, hey guys, you want to look handsome? Buy a new processor. Get a free hair straightener. And I was like, oh jeez. No. They might also sell microwaves. I can't remember. Let's just see. They might actually show some random stuff they sell. Usually there's some random things where it's like on sale, this random thing that we have no idea why we're selling. I don't see none. And then I like how they have the advertisement of get the new 30,000 series. And then all of them will say like available in store. You click it and then it's like not in any stores. It's like, okay, cool. Available in store. Oh, sweet, they got one in stock. Out of stock at all locations. It's like, oh, cool. So not really in stock. Yeah, there's none of that. None of that. And the last Black Friday, or no, it was the year after, they had a really good deal on 144 hertz monitors. I was so excited. But they had a weird thing where it was like you only got the deal if you bought 3 of them. Like they were forcing people to buy 3 144 hertz monitors. I guess for like the racing setup, but I don't need 3. I don't even think you need 244 hertz monitors. You only play on one of them. And then the other one is like used for doing random stuff. I would rather just buy the closest to a match as I possibly could of the one that I have at like 75 hertz. And then throw everything on there. Would you take a question about a keyboard? I will take a question about anything. What's your question? Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, that is really good. How much is it? Yeah, okay. So 144 hertz means that it refreshes 144 times a second. 165 means it refreshes 160 times per second. 165. So yes, there's a 15 FPS difference. Now, if you were looking at two screens, one was 165 hertz and one was 144 hertz, I'd be surprised if you could actually tell the difference. There is a difference, I should say, there is a difference between a 60 hertz and a 75 hertz, because everyone's used to seeing 60, and the second you see 75, you can tell the difference. The second that you've seen 144, you're like, wow, that's super smooth. But the difference between 144 to 165 isn't that big of a difference. Now, if both monitors are the same price and decent makers, obviously pick the 165 hertz one. Even if there's like a slight chance you can't tell the difference on first look, it's got to be doing something. Okay, there's a Red Dragon brand good for keyboards. Yeah, Red Dragon's good. I have one over at my other desk. They're decent. They're loud. They make a ton of sound. Sounds like a rap. But yeah, they're loud. They're loud, but good. They'll last you a while. Okay. Good job, guys. What do you think? Oh, what do I do for a living? Oh, I currently go to school. I died again. Oh, so it's blue, and I'm pretty sure purple. I worked at a factory for a really long time and took a buyout, so I was able to go back to school and not have to worry about any money. So I'm currently going back to school for gas fitting, which is basically running pipelines for gas, and then I have to go and do another course to either plumbing or air conditioning or cooling, and then I will have my entire license finished. So I currently only have my first gas license. I passed my test. That was 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, maybe almost 4. Then I have to still finish my program and then write the next test and get my next license and then go on from there. So yeah, I only do it because it pays quite well. You should open a computer store. I'm not gonna open a computer store. God. People bother me. I don't like people. I'm an introvert. Sit inside. Don't have communications with a lot of people. It's an Alienware 25. I want to get fans for the front of my PC, but since I have no more headers for fans on my computer, I don't know what to do. Well, you're in luck. Pick yourself up a nice set of... Here, I'll show you right here. Let's go over to the old Amazon. Get over to this old Amazon, and you're gonna look up... I'll say up here. Up here, RGB fans. These bad boys right here. I don't know if you need 3 or multiple. Alright, scratch that. Not up here. We're gonna go easy DIY, because I know that they sell a 3-pack with the headers I'm looking for. I didn't mean to push cap block. Fans. Here we go. So these bad boys right here, I have them in the front of my case, and they're really good. They have little rubber padding, so they don't make any vibration sounds. And they come with this thing that hooks right up to your power supply, so it means that you do not need to plug them into headers. So yeah. Oh, wait a second. Why is it telling you you need these? That might not be good enough. That's weird. Because mine, I don't have to have that. Bear with me. Yeah, I'm confused on why it's telling you you need this. That's weird. Because you shouldn't. Because that's what the point of this thing is. because you plug your fans into here, and then this plugs right into your power supply. So this feeds your RGB components, so you control it with this little Wii remote here, and it's got fan speeds on it. And yeah, I don't know why it's showing this. It shouldn't. You should be fine using these. So yeah, if you are looking for case fans for not too much money and not worry about having heading space, or you could always just get a 4-pin splitter. Those ones are bad. This one's good. You could also use this, where you plug one of your up top fan ports, your 4 pins, and then you can hook up 4 fans to it. And you can hide this out back, and it also has a piece of sticky tape on the back of this, so you can actually place it rather than just letting it hang. Yeah. That's what I would do. Hold on, let me catch up on this. I would shop at your computer store. Thanks, man. Shop at my theoretical computer store. Samples for new. Yeah, they're super quiet. I like them. Mine don't make a sound. Like, I could put my mic right next to my fans and you wouldn't hear anything coming from them. Quite enjoyable. Hello. I'm thinking of buying Power i3. It's not bad. Yeah, but like you said. Yeah, that's on sale at Best Buy. Yeah, no problem, man. Alright, better get back into a game. Sweet, got in. Did you ever, SNT, did you ever get a graphics card yet, or are you still using an iGPU? For $100, you can almost get like any keyboard. Corsair is nice. That's what I use. Hate my life. Are you just not gonna report that? You're just gonna leave my body just sitting there dead, getting cold? Which question? What the hell do I do? Do for what? Can you send a link to me on one of, you might not be able to send a video link to this chat, but you might be able to send, or sorry, not a video link, just a regular link. If you can copy and paste your link and post it on one of my videos, I can see it and I can look at it and figure out what the heck isn't clocked right. An i5 10400 and a GTX 1650 on Fortnite would get at least, with only one single stick of RAM, 150 FPS. If you got 2 sticks, you'd be closer to 200 than not. I'm getting a Razer mouse. Are those good? Yeah, Razer mouses are good. Razer, Logitech, Corsair, all those are good mouses. They're pretty solid, but it's like cars. Like, they're like an Audi, but Audi still makes like a terrible model. As long as you get a decent quality one, it's pretty good. I didn't see that. The only one I said was 330. Guess they are selling really fast. Yeah, still not too bad of a price. Creative 180. Put a comment on your latest video. Let me check. Alright, let's see what parts are going slow. Oh boy. Yeah, so your CPU is underperforming. So yeah, your main problem is your CPU. But your speeds look fine. It's got a 3.5 and a turbo of 3.9. So that isn't bad. Your SSD is performing well. Your RAM speed is clocked at 2,400, but it does say that your RAM is a 3,000. So I guess you can't go up that high, I'm pretty sure, but your RAM is qualified for going up to 3,000, but I don't think that would hold back your CPU that much. I would definitely go into your BIOS and see if there is a game mode button, a game boost button. Here, let me see if I can pull it up. Like if you are rocking an MSI B350 BIOS, I'm just going to look up the B350 just because I know that it has it. If you look at this guy right here, it has this little game boost icon and it's off on this one. If you click yes onto this, it will automatically clock your speeds up a lot higher automatically without screwing up. So if you do have one of those game boost buttons as well as XMP, I would definitely enable those things, and that should fix your problem. Alright, what do we got? Oh yeah, then if the stream is open, I didn't even look at what your CPU usage was at. Yeah, you are at 28%, but still, like 28% on that CPU shouldn't be that much. Like your CPU should be able to handle that and then some. That will only cause it to have about like a 5 to 10 drop. Oh, okay. Guess I'm gonna screw myself. Okay, what do we got here? Do you know the first computer was made in 1943? I didn't know that. I imagine it was IBM. Yes, I think. Pretty sure IBM's the first computer company. Real gamers build their own graphics cards. Yeah. Wow, you just bought a graphics card, bro? Oh, you got graphics cards with fans on it? What, you didn't make your own liquid cooling for your graphics card? Idiot. HD is correct. Oh. A GT 1030. It's a pretty slow graphics card. I don't know. I don't know what that would get. I'm pretty sure that's lower than a 7070 HD. 770 HD first 1030. Oh no, it's not. Okay, it's a little bit faster than a 770. The 1030 is not as bad as I thought it was. It performs as well as an Xbox 360. I guess that's not great in today's standards, but I mean, can run 60 frames at 720. That's not a bad combo. The i5 9400F and a 1660. Probably above 100, I'm guessing. Yeah, I would guess so too. You can build your own PC. There's tons of videos. It's pretty idiot-proof. You ever build a puzzle? If you have, you're ahead of me. I can't do puzzles, but I can throw together computers. So if you can do a puzzle, you can build a computer. I'll just stand here and die. Every time. Don't worry. SNT, relax. You're texting me the entire time. I don't have game boost button. Oh. Do you have XMP button? Is there an XMP? Because that could help. And you can't overclock your CPU. And is your CPU overheating? Because that could be a thermal holdback. Do you know what temps your CPU was at when you were running that test? As long as it was under 70, you should be fine, but anything above 70, or I should say 80, will cause thermal throttling. Hi, around 1K budget. Ryzen 5 with the RX 580 isn't bad. The 580 can still run like every game at over 60 frames. My friend plays every game that I play on a Ryzen 5 1600 and RX 580 I sold him in February, and he can still play every game I play, no complaints. Ryzen Master says it's 52 Celsius. Can you check what your temps are at when you're actually doing something? Like 52 doesn't seem bad. Like, let's just see what my temps are at while I'm using it. I do have liquid cooling. Yeah, like my temps are sitting at what your temps are. Well, actually, I can't say I'm doing anything. It's running this stupid game. So I guess that's not a fair guess. I would try running a user benchmark, but I'm pretty sure it would crash the stream as soon as the CPU starts getting overloaded. Maybe the overclocked RAM will help. Well, yeah, it should, but it still doesn't make sense of why your computer is going that slow. 16 gigabytes of RAM should push you up in FPS, but something's going on with that CPU. It's just really hard to say what it is. Is overclocking RAM even safe? I mean, no overclocking is safe. Yeah. Well, you can always tell what your RAM speed is if you look at your RAM, pop it out, it's got a sticker on it, and will say your CL speed, usually it's 16 by 18 by 18, and then we'll have your RAM speed for the RAM speed that it was designed to run at. If you're just selecting what that RAM was designed to run at, it's not really overclocking. It, by the looks of it, looking at your link, it says you have team group 3000, so I assume that means 3000 speed. So you should be fine. Because fuck you kids. Go get Corona. Hello, my phone died. Hello. True, I don't plan on becoming a pro gamer. I'm a G Pro 240Hz gamer. In fact, I only plan to play CSGO, Minecraft, and Among Us. 9400F and a 1660 is overkill. Yeah, you're not wrong. But at least you're future-proofing. You can still play all those free games. There's actually, I don't know if you guys have played it yet. I can show you. But if you go onto Steam, there's actually like a I don't want to say it's a better version of Among Us. It's here. This game right here. I can't remember what it's called. Is it Spacemen? Yeah, Unfortunate Spacemen. It's pretty much Among Us. You can customize your characters. It has talking in the game, and then yeah, there's one or two people that are infected that try to kill you. Definitely a really fun game, and it's free, and you can play that. I'm pretty sure. Let's just see what its recommendations are. Space. Yeah, there it is. Free to play. What are your recommendations? Yeah, you're more than good enough to play a game like this. It's almost like Halo 3 graphics. Nothing great. I tried to make a Steam account. I keep failing human. How? You can't select which one of those is a car. Yeah, my Fortnite still crashes if I put my graphics card higher than the lowest setting. That's weird. Sell it to somebody. They don't know it has a problem. Sell it and get yourself an upgrade. So you're like, I don't need this. Oh, he's trying to be a anybody. You put it up for sale, somebody will buy it. Somebody doesn't know things. And even if you sold it for a decent price, even if you were straight up and said, hey, there's a problem, like, someone will still buy it. I bought an i5 750, like the first generation i5, and an R9 290 for, wow, I'm bad with colors. An R9 290, it was $250, I think I talked him down to, and it came with a monitor, and he said that it wasn't in working condition because he couldn't get Windows to load on it, and I bought it from him and I got Windows to load on it. It was pretty simple. He was just too thick to know how to change the script in Windows to allow it to work on an older motherboard. Which PC, though, is good for streaming and gaming? Anything with a Ryzen. Streaming and gaming, you want a Ryzen or the new i5 series. 6 cores and 6 threads, it probably isn't enough to do proper streaming. So you will definitely want something with 12 threads. Yeah. My CPU is always at 100% usage. Yeah, that's not ideal. What's loaded in your background? Like if you do Control-Alt-Delete and then show more, it will show what programs are using the most usage of your CPU. Maybe you have a bunch of programs running in the background that are sucking up the usage. Yeah. Intel's more about gaming. Intel doesn't really care for the streamer. The only way you're getting a decent streaming processor is if you go all the way up to an i7. Like the i5 10400F is pretty good. Like it beats the current 3600, but it costs more money. And there's no overclocking. Yeah. So I mean that one's not bad. Cool. No, your parts aren't bad. I don't know. Okay, my current PC has a Ryzen R7 2400 graphics card and FX 4030 CPU. Yeah, your computer's pretty old. I mean, it probably can still run most games, like most basic games, like CSGO and such. Yeah, that's more than enough to run Fortnite. Have you tried setting your Windows to performance mode? Like if you go to Windows and then power and then additional settings and then high performance mode. There's balance mode. There's sometimes even like a gaming mode, but I don't know why mine doesn't come up like that. But yeah, you can switch over to a high performance mode, and then you can also try. I know you have an AMD, but I'm pretty sure it works the same way. You can look up your NVIDIA settings and change that to power mode and quality over, or sorry, performance over quality. And that could help you. Maybe you're, oh my god. Yes. 3, 5, 3, 3. Okay, let me catch up. Okay. I'm getting a PC soon. Could you help me when it comes? Yeah. Should I buy a 10,600K or 5,600X for gaming and streaming? I'm saving $50 with Intel. Worth it? I don't know. The fact that Intel tells you that if you overclock your CPU and motherboard, both of the warranties are voided, I would probably just stick with Ryzen. Like, if they can check. So if your CPU has a problem and you need to send it back, they can hook it up to a machine and see if you overclocked it or not. It saves on its little memory catch, and for whatever reason they void your warranty, saying that you need to get the overclock protection thing, even though it's a K series and you're already paying a fee for K and you're already paying a fee for a Z motherboard. I'd probably just tell you to stick with the Ryzen, even though it doesn't perform as well for strictly just gaming. It's still better considering they'll honor its warranty. Hold on, I'll try to read all these questions. So the problem might be on Fortnite's end. Yeah, that's quite possible. If I want 140 FPS though, become a pro LG player, then would need a lot more than a 570 and a 200G. Sorry, I was burping. And yeah, probably. I'm confused. Your parts are fine. I was going to get that one, but it sold out. Which one? Do you know the PC called? No, I've never heard of that. Red switch or blue switch? I have had both. These ones are reds. They're not too loud, except for this. Blue switches I find probably respond better. I remember my blue switches popping back a little bit quicker. Like if you're buying a low quality, blue switches definitely shoot up just as fast, but they are very, very loud. And then brown keys are for someone that does mostly typing and casual gaming, because those don't make too much sound. It's not red. That's not red. $3,100 for more demanding games. For Fortnite, 9100F is better. And depending on it, if you're actually using a CPU that's compatible, like if you went for an overkill, like if I put my 2070 Super with my 9100F, it would get a huge bottleneck from not having enough threads to process the information fast enough. So on games like Call of Duty would get more FPS, but on a game like Fortnite, and it had a proper graphics card, would get more FPS than the Ryzen 3100. What the heck happened to the 3300X? I'm just gonna pretend I didn't see that. Oh, cool. Yeah, try what he said. Oh, you have a 3300X? No, you have a 2300X. Fill up. Yeah, because the 3300X is the 3100 with the option to overclock, and they were supposed to be like a really good CPU for a low budget, but now when you look it up, they don't even exist. They were out for a very short time, bunch of people bought them, they sold out, and then they never restocked. Maple, what is your RAM clocked at? Well, it's 3600 RAM at CL16, so it's 3600 CL16, at least I think. Unless it's clocked at 3200 because of XMP. I can't remember. But it's pretty. It lights up. Looks neat. Looks purty. Need with cars. Yeah, can't even spell. God, no wonder they're putting you to school, even though you're gonna get sick. 2070 Super. No. Keep your 2070 Super for a while until sales come on. Eventually, the 3070s will go down in price when the 3070 Ti's come out. I think your video from yesterday about the iPower Power PC brought some attention to it. I checked the amount of reviews and stuff about 3 days ago, and is that like 135. Oh, shucks. Do you mean that Best Buy is getting more reviews on the PC? Think it's because of me? Think I should ask for money? Think they should pay me? Ah! Now. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, you guys are a bunch of cesspool idiots. Pretty sure you guys got in trouble for having a huge get-together party. Do you think 8 gigabytes is enough for Fortnite? No. 8 gigabytes, if it was 2 sticks, like 2x4, then yes, it's enough for Fortnite using the multi-channel to process information. 1 stick of RAM, you're basically pulling your FPS down by, at minimum, 30 FPS from not having that second stick. What's a good car? What are you asking me? A Honda Civic. Honda Civics are good cars. If they did, you could create a link and put it in the description, then make some commission. Yeah, right. And I feel bad. I wonder, what's your power supply? What power supply do you have with your processor? Because the RX 570 is kind of a power sucker. I think the recommendation is 450 watts. So if you had like a 400 watt power supply, that'd explain why it's draining. Alright, let's try to find a new game. Why? Show me the games then if they're all full, finally. How do I check power supply? You open up the side of your PC, and on the side of it, it will say a number. Let's look up power supplies. I'll show you what I'm talking about. Depending on what company it is, it might be different sizes, but let's look at this 550 power supply from Corsair. So, if you look at it from the side, all you'll see is that, but if you open up the back, It has that sweet, sweet writing. Where is it? It's not going to show it. Not a good example. Yeah, this guy. Yeah, this one says it. So if you open up the side, it will say right here. You can see that it's got all that sweet information. This one is a 600 watt. You can tell right there. It's a 600 watt. And then 120 combined. 600, 60, and 50 hertz. Never realized it said that. Because in North America, we get 60 hertz for electricity. And in Europe, they only get 50. So I guess it's suitable for both places. Yeah, but you just look on the side and we'll say this. Yeah, that's interesting. I have this exact same power supply, but in 500 watt in my other computer. So it's kind of cool that it actually has all that information, and Corsair shows nothing. Idiots. Is it possible to check without opening? I don't think so. I don't think there's any program that could suck up the energy to actually tell you what it is. And it's not very hard. It's just 2 screws on the side and you just slide it open. And just don't touch any of the cables, because the cables are probably pressed up against it pretty hard. So as long as you just do the 2 screws on the side and just slide open the back, it should be pretty easy peasy. Get away from me. Oh, they eating teal in there? What are you doing in there, Liz? Okay. I don't want to open up my PC. I peeled off the Corsair sticker on my PCSU because I have all black. Nice. What's that information mean? I got a beard hair in my mouth. That's disgusting. Ugh. All that information just means that it's the electricity pulling into the power supply and what it's made to regulate. So your PC runs on watts. 750 watts is 1 mechanical horsepower, and they use that to determine how much energy your computer needs to pull in, and you use Watt's law to figure out voltage and amperage. Amps on PCs exceed over time, and volts usually stay the same unless resistance decreases. Math. I think the average PC probably uses about 6 to 9 amps, or average gaming PC, and your CPU voltage is usually about 1.34 or 1.40, meaning that your CPU uses about 40 watts on its own. Math. Do you think the amount of space left on my storage affects gameplay that much? Unless it's redlining. Unless your computer's completely stacked full on the red line, then it could slow it down, but if it's not, then no. You can use macro reflect. I'm pretty sure that's what it's called. Hold on, I'll pull it up and I'll show you. There's only one thing you have to do, and you have to disconnect your internet at some point. I just can't remember where. Yeah, but a cloning program that is easy to use is this guy, and it's free. So start your trial, and then when it says that you need to run updates or something, you just have to disconnect your internet at one point, and then we'll bypass typing in the information. But it's pretty simple. Like you can see from this picture, you literally have your new hard drive. You just have to make sure if your new hard drive, like the SSD is like a 500 gigabyte, and your current hard drive is 1 terabyte, you have to shrink down the amount that you have saved. So I'll show you what I mean. Storage. Actually, I should probably just go to this PC. Okay, so let's say I want to get my 1 terabyte onto my M2 SSD. That's 500 gigabytes, whatever. You need to make sure that this number here would fit into that. So you have to shrink this down to be 470, and then after you do that, it literally opens up just like this picture, and you literally just click and drag it to the new one. Click clone, make sure to switch your Windows to boot off the correct one, make sure to check it a couple times. After it loads properly, then delete everything on your current drive and then start using it again, if that makes any sense. I know that's a mouthful, but yeah, you might go to jail though. What? I have like half on my SSD left. Yeah, that's more than enough. Answered that. What's fraud? Oh, you mean like disconnect the internet thing? Oh, no, that's not me. Do you think anyone would buy my 2600? Yes, anyone would buy any computer parts. So I have an Alienware R8 with i7 9700, GTX 1660 Ti, 7 gigabytes of RAM, has a 600 watt power supply. I want to upgrade to a 30,000, but I at least need a 750 watt. Do you know any good ones at a decent price? Why don't we look it up? And you definitely don't need a 750 watt. As long as you're not doing extreme overclocking, I'm sure a decent 600 would suffice. But let's see what we can find. Not good, not good, not good, not great. I've seen more and more people getting this RGB one, and it looks like it has really good reviews, but it's kind of expensive. $139 for a 850 watt, that's actually not too bad. But cheaper is better. Yeah, it's weird. As soon as you pass the 700 watt, power supplies jump up in price so much. Yeah, there's really no decent deals. I mean, if I was going to pick one and you really want to stick to its recommendation and you don't want to screw around, this one here looks to be the best one. A Corsair, so you know it's actually quality. 750 watts, 80 plus bronze, fully modular. The RGB light doesn't really do too much for you if you have a shroud, but if you face it downwards, it'll at least make your PC have underglow lights. But regardless of that, the price of friggin' $95 is well worth it. Ignore the shipping, it's because I live in Canada. You don't have to worry about that. Yeah, that would be decent. Do you have any tips on how I should install new motherboards, CPU, cooler, and M2 SSD? No, it's not easy. There's no tricks. You will have to, there is a chance that you might lose all your Windows files, so make sure that everything is saved to your cloud and your Windows profile, so that way you don't lose everything. Yeah, your best bet is to literally take it all out, completely gut it, and then reset up the wires, try to hide everything you can. Yeah, there's really no easy way. The second you change a motherboard, it's a real pain in the butt. There's no clean way to do it. It's going to be hard. And I love paying $600 for a PC than having my game look like a drawing from a 5-year-old. That sucks. That's fucking funny. You know, Windows should be perfectly fine. If you're, as long as you're cloning, Windows should be perfectly good. The only problem with that macro relive or whatever the heck it's called, reflect, is that they don't stop sending you emails after you give them an account. So make sure to give them a crappy, like, burner email, because it is irritating. They message all the time. Come on. Full. There we go. I would start with RAM. Like, worst case scenario, RAM is always compatible. Like, you can always shoot RAM over. That's what I would do. I would try doing that master thing, like that guy said. I can smell you through the GPU. I probably stink. Yeah, that guy was saying that you could go to the Ryzen app and turn on the performance mode. Just download. Yeah, there's a sweet website to get more RAM. It's good. $16 GB per hertz RAM is honestly most requirement these days. Yeah. Oh, do you have a virus? Do do do. Do do do. Is your Windows up to date? Have you tried updating your Windows just to make sure that's good? What is the 1%? My brother. Yeah, you got a virus. Your brother's been going to stepsister websites. I can't spell. Oh, jeez. We're dead. That's fucking funny. You click the ad on Pornhub. Oh, jeez. Mom, I swear to God. It was an ad. I didn't go to that website. How do I download more storage? Ah, it's easy. Go to downloadstorage.ca. Figure up some of that. I didn't click it. Put DX12 on and my game is running. 42069X better. Okay. It's better to just get a stream service like Shadow. Huh? I don't understand that question. Streaming service like Shadow or to build a cheap gaming rig. No! Where is he? There he is. Son of a bitch. Download more cores. Download more RAM.com. You can get more cores if you take out your processor and bend the pins on it. Bend 5 of the 4 pins. You'll get more cores. Bust them right off. Make your computer run great. Oh, they figured it out. Yeah, get more RAM. Bend those pins, get more RAM. Just download it at 3090. I wonder how many people actually got tricked by those download more RAM websites and such. Probably enough. Makes me feel bad. Yeah, you can do that. Download more watts. Okay, bro, seriously, I can actually play the game on DX12 now. Well, the DX11 would be running more off your CPU, and the DX12 would be running more off your GPU. Anyways, is it better to go with an all-in-one or an air cooler? They both do the same thing. There's almost no difference in temps. So how an all-in-one works is like a car radiator. It pulls cool liquid into it from one of the tubes, lets it swoosh all around, and then pulls it out through the other tube, and the hot air gets exited out the 2 fans up top, almost working the same way as just having the a sealed unit with multiple copper coils, and then the copper coils, because copper is a better metal to reflect and neutralize heat. Well, you know, technically speaking, there is no such thing as cooling something. It's just taking heat away. So those copper tubes are used for pulling cool air in and then taking the hot air away, working the same way as a liquid cooler. So in the grand scheme of things, there's really not too much of a difference. They both do the exact same job. Yeah, that made me sound like a real nerd. Here's physics for you. If you have 2 cups of water, and one is cold water, and the other one is boiling hot water, and you put it outside, did you know that the hot water freezes before the cool water? Science. Are you rich? It's a stupid question. What is rich? Me that I have a lot of money? Because money doesn't buy me any happiness. 2 tabs on Chrome. Those are the best kind of gaming PCs. I'm rich in humor. He's ballin'. Shut up. Thanks. Makes me feel like a real Chad. My father owns the lake. I'm just computer addicted. I don't have any hobbies. Oh, this is it. The only things I spend my money on that aren't bills are haircuts, are like the only thing I treat myself to, and computer parts. And that's it. I don't drink. I don't smoke. It's just this. Just this. Alright, let me catch up on this. You have like 5 PCs. I have 3 PCs. I have one over there, one over here, and then one that's down by my feet that I've been using to keep my feet on. And I don't turn it on. It's pretty good. Sell a PC. Sell a man a PC, you'll be broke for a day. Teach a man to build a PC, you'll be broke for his life. Yep. You just bought... Yeah, you just bought a B550. That's not. I bought a returned B550. Returned. Amazon warehouse deals are where it's at. It was $40 less than new, and it was in good condition. Came in the original box, and even threw me in a Wi-Fi stick with no Wi-Fi to hook it up to. You can't buy as many PCs as you want. Yes, you can. If you set your motherboard on a big flat piece of steel, it will give you better storage. No, it won't. It will become electrified. I can't play basketball. I have flat feet. And I'm Jewish. I can't play any sports. Amazon returns. Ooh, let this Jewish boy teach you how to save some money. Alright, I'm not sure if it's set up the exact same way. But let me just check on Amazon.com rather than C.ca, and you can go for shop by department. And there is warehouse deals somewhere on here. That's weird. I don't see it. Okay, I'll show you on Amazon.ca because maybe it's not showing me because I don't have the right postal code. Amazon.ca. So if you go over to Amazon.ca and you go over to your... I normally shop on my phone. It's not there. Shop by department. Yes. Where the heck is it? Books, videos, music. No, 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 no. Where the heck is it? That's weird. If you go on your phone, if you go to sort by department, there's Amazon warehouse deals. And it will have what they currently have sitting in the warehouse that that you don't have. But I can't seem to find it. That's super weird. Here. Yeah, so if you go to Amazon and you go to shop by department, you click on it, and like right at the top, all departments, there's Amazon warehouse deals. Yeah, let's see if I can hold that up straight enough. Nah, you're not even going to be able to see it. But yeah, there's Amazon warehouse deals. You click on that, then it will have electronics, kitchen, automotive, books, lawn care, pets, sports, blah, blah, blah. Click electronics, and then from there you can scroll through all the electronics they have. And then it will have, let's say you click on one of the items like this TV, and then if you scroll down to the used items, it says used for $371. You click on it, it says used, very good condition. And if you click on more information, it will tell you that it has cosmetic imperfections or things like that. What the hell is going on? Oh, that's neat. Hold on, let me catch up on this. Try making water hotter. You can water cool your toaster. Yeah, I found it. Sweet. You have to be in the bathtub for it to work. Okay. No, I wasn't good in school at all. I was an idiot. I was a dum-dum. I didn't try. let's think about this. You live in Canada. You never get any new parts. I buy 32,090. You give me 3 of your PCs deal. No. This doesn't sound like a deal at all. What would I do without this one that holds my feet? I don't have degrees in PC building. I have all season 1 Ds. The D's in math. That's pretty good. Yeah, I don't. Evidently, I sure do not. For instance, in my class, we were told several times there's no such thing as a 2-phase electronic system. There's 1 phase, which is an average home, and then there's 3 phase for commercials and industrial to power motors faster. So it can make the motor spin faster by sending extra volts towards the magnets. And they told me repeatedly there's no such thing as 2-phase systems. And on our test, I chose that it was a 2-phase system. And yeah, that wasn't good. Was not good. But in my defense, I was thinking of the electrical components in your household being hooked up by 2 wires, positive, negative, and then neutral not counting because that's not technically a wire. And then that's what I thought was talking about when it said 240 volt system at 2 by 60 hertz. So I thought that was the answer, and I'm dead. I didn't try at all. I have a GTX 1650. Hold on. I once asked a kid his IQ, then he said, I don't know my IQ, but I do know my Fortnite IQ. Then I already knew that this kid put his IQ. Ah, nice. The GTX 1650, what should I upgrade to? Your budget. Doesn't matter. So, go all out, man. As long as you have good PSU and CPU. I live in Ontario, right outside Toronto. I live in the GTA. Nice. Are we winning? Yeah, we won. Yeah, get a 3090. Do I have Discord or somebody else? I've been scrolling through the Amazon warehouse deals, and it has such a great deals. You live in the GTA, I live just outside of the GTA. Nice, man. And yeah, it does have really good deals. And it's nice because it also comes with the 1-year warranty from the manufacturer and 30-day return. So if you buy something used and it shows up and it's not as good as you're expecting, just slap on that free sticker and send it right back. So I'm trying to get this CPU as soon as possible to make sure that motherboard works. And if it's not in working order, I'll send it back and grab the MSI one I was originally looking at. Oh, I don't have a server. No. It sounds like effort. I don't have time to be moderating people's comments. It's already hard enough to message people back. I message back to everyone on my YouTube. I get so many messages a day. Okay. Oh, maybe it didn't vent. Okay. GTA 77 is good. I'm not dumb. That's good. Oh, thanks. I don't have a Discord server. is a B550 and an i9 10100 good combo because I bought it. No, those don't work together. You know that. Yeah, I care about it. I put a lot of time into my YouTube channel. I try to comment to every comment that gets put online, and I try to make it decent. But the second it stops being fun for me to make videos, then I'll just stop. I'm not that attached to it. But I do enjoy doing it. But the second that it becomes like negative and there's no positive to doing it, then I'll stop. Yeah. What, my screen? Yeah, I got super angry when that guy killed me and I punched it. If it actually showed my actual PC screen, you guys would be like, why are there so many sneeze marks on your computer? Clean your screen. And we lost. Dum dum dum. Yeah, I don't care. Subs mean nothing to me. Helping people is all that matters. If I help one person. Your YouTube. Shut up. My aim on Call of Duty is amazing. I am so good at Call of Duty. Fortnite, garbage. I will admit. I cannot build to save my life. Call of Duty, don't even start. I kill it. Watching you in your sleep is all smooth jazz. And you have the softest carpet in your bedroom. A man can lay under your bed for hours. So I have a problem with Fortnite. So for some reason I get bad FPS. So every other game runs fine. Yeah, Fortnite just doesn't run like it used to. I'm gonna start streaming, but my microphone is literally the worst audio in the world. GeForce 210 is the best GPU. Nice. I mean, you could always get a HyperX headset. They're like $50 for the standard one, and the microphone on that's actually quite good. She isn't bad. No, don't get this. This thing sucks. This thing picks up too much breathing. Like, no boom mic fits it. Like, I have a boom mic on this side, which is a metal one, which seems to be working good, and then I also have this boom mic on the other side to prevent my girlfriend's voice when she talks, when she's playing on the other side of me, not to come through. It's too sensitive, and even if you turn it all the way down, it still picks up your breathing. It will look cool, because, like, it lights up, but, yeah, other than that, like, I wish I just got a Blue Yeti. Cheaper, and does the exact same thing. I just realized that I had notifications on here. No. I make videos all the time. The rule of eBay. What a 2600 bottleneck at 3700. I don't think so. I think you'd be fine. Because the videos that I watch of a Ryzen 3100 and a 2080 didn't bottleneck. I think you should be okay. Like, you'll of course lose some FPS, but it's not like it's gonna completely halt your PC. Masturbating. I be masturbating all the time. Just touching myself non-stop. I hate it. I don't know. Nothing, watching TV like everybody else. Just watching TV. Is that what people do with their time? Hey, bats, come here. Alright, I'm gonna be done streaming pretty soon. I gotta get to bed. I got work in the morning. Have you ever used the riser Kraken? So 2 of my friends have the Rising Kraken. That's the lime green one, right? Let me just make sure to look it up. Oh, sorry, Razer Kraken. Duh. Let me just make sure it's the same one. So it's a lime green one. I guess it also comes in black. Yeah, so the Razer Kraken. Why do I keep trying to say Ryzen? The Razer Kraken has a huge problem with echoing and setting it up. You need to use a program, and it's really hard to get it up and going. The sale prices are always good. It's better for an Xbox headset. As soon as you start using it with your gaming PC, it's pretty hard to use. I would probably just recommend the HyperX headset that I have, considering it's all metal. Like, that's metal. And like, I don't know. Like, you can't bust this. Like, if I bent this as hard as I could, it's not going to do nothing. The quality's nice. It comes with your little controller here with 7.1 surround sound. You can just push it, and if you want to change your microphone volume, like you can see on my screen, I can do it with a click. And then you can also change the sensitivity of your voice with the microphone. And the microphone is also detachable. You can pull it right out if you don't want to use it. So yeah, I like the HyperX. Yeah. Talking in a stream, shut up. Fine. Let's just be quiet. Let's sit here awkwardly. You're one of those guys. Get my double chin action going. How much FPS will I get? I don't know. None. 30 FPS. Hey buddy, hold on. So would I see more performance from buying a 3070 from a 2070 Super? Yes, 100%. Or a 5600X. Oh, for Fortnite you want to go CPU. Call of Duty, I would go the other way. No, I don't want $25. I'm not answering questions for $25. That's chump change. Well, I'm not gonna be your puppet. Pay me way more than that. Give you $20 an hour. Red, orange, yellow, green, indigo, and violet. Yeah, you got it. Okay, I think I'll be heading out now. Yeah, I'm done. Alright, I'll do this again sometime.